Let's start this next section in all fours with some cats. So hands under shoulders, knees under hips, lengthen the crown of your head forward and your tailbone back, and then roll your marble to 12, tilting your pubic bone up towards your nose, curling your tailbone underneath you. Then take that up into your neck. So you've got a long, even curve through your spine that you're not humping up through your upper back. Then open your sitting bones, reach your breastbone forward and up. Back of the neck stays long. From your tailbone, curl under, lengthening through into a long curve. And then open your sitting bones, reach your breastbone forward and up. Chin is in, back of the neck is long. 2 more, rounding from your tailbone. Make sure it's a curve of your low back and your neck, not too much humping in your upper back. Open your sitting bones, reach your breastbone forward and up. 1 more, rounding from your tailbone. And then lengthening into the extension. Now come all the way down onto your mat, resting your forehead down. Your hands are slightly forward and slightly wider than your shoulders because we're going to push into the hands today. So lightly pull your low abdominals in, lift your head in line with your spine, reach your breastbone a little bit forward and up, lift your elbows just a little bit off the mat, shoulders lightly on your back. Now push down and forward with your hands to help you hold your upper back in position. And now use the muscles of your upper back to create just a little bit more bend right in between your shoulder blades. Not squeezing your shoulder blades together, keeping your shoulder blades relaxed, but trying to use the muscles in between your shoulder blades to create the bend. And then lengthen back down. Low abdominals, lift your head, reach your breastbone forward and up. Your hands push forward and down to hold your upper back up there so the muscles of your back can do the work of bending. And lengthen back down. Make sure your elbows are just a little bit off the mat. Shoulders are lightly on your back. The muscles of your upper back are creating the bend. And lengthen down. 3 more, low abdominals. Lift your head, reach your breastbone. Hands push forward and down. Remember, your lowest ribs stay down on the mat. So it's not how high can you lift. It's can you bend your upper back above your bra strap level. Do 1 more. Low abdominals, lift your head, reach your breastbone. And lengthen down. Rest your forehead on your hands. Legs are together for single leg kicks. I'm turning my head to one side so you can hear me, but I want you to keep your forehead down on your hands. Legs are together, pubic bone, front hip bones level on the mat. Bend one heel towards your bum. Kick, kick, and change. Kick, kick, and change. Try to keep your pelvis level. Remember, we're flattening the front of the hip. If you need to go really slowly to do this, to make sure you don't lift your hips up and fold at the front of the hip, then go super slowly. It's really fine to work at your own speed and get this right, rather than just going into familiar old patterns. 1 more to each side. And lower down, rock your pelvis side to side, release any tension. Arms out to a T, forehead down on the mat. Lightly pull your low abdominals in, lift your head in line with your spine, lift your arms up, and then reach your breastbone forward and up. You won't go nearly as high as normal, and that's okay. Take that down. Head and arms lift, low abdominals are on, reach your breastbone forward and up, and lengthen back down. 3 more, low abdominals, arms and head lift, reach your breastbone, and take that down. Head and arms lift, low abdominals are on, reach your breastbone forward, take that down. 1 last one, arms and head, and lift your breastbone, and take that down. Rock your pelvis side to side, release any tension. And then rest your forehead down on your hands again. I'm turning my head to one side only so you can hear me. Legs are out straight, pubic bone, front hip bones level. You're going to lift 1 leg straight up off the mat and take that down. Think of lifting your thigh bone off the mat and leaving your pelvis behind on the mat. Your pubic bone, your front hip bone staying down on the mat as you lift the thigh bone. Remember, it's really easy to have your leg be bending when you do this. So you work the front of your thigh to keep your knee straight, as well as the back of your thigh to lift. 1 more. And take that down. Rock your pelvis side to side. You're going to rest your forehead down on the mat again, hands down by your sides. I'm turning my head to one side so you can hear me. You keep your forehead down. Lift your hands up level with your mid-hips, mid-thigh, and then pull your shoulder blades up and onto your back, keeping your hands still. Take everything down. Hands lift, thumbs touch the sides of your thighs. Pull your shoulder blades up and onto your back without lifting your hands any higher. And take that down. One more. Hands and shoulder blades. And take that down. Now turn your palms to face your thighs. Lift your hands up a little higher. Keep them touching your thighs as you pull your shoulder blades up and onto your back. And take that down. Hands lift, then shoulder blades. Hold and take that down. Hands lift and shoulder blades and take that down. Now turn your palms face down so your palms are touching the floor. Same thing. Remember, forehead down. I've only turned my head to one side so you can hear me. Lift your hands. Your baby fingers are touching the sides of your thighs if you can. Keep them still as you pull your shoulder blades up and onto your back. And take that down. Hands lift, then shoulder blades. And take that down. Hands and shoulder blades. And take that down. Push yourself back into child's pose. Nice big breath into the backs of the ribs. Walk your hands to one side. Reach that stretching side hand further along the mat. And then the other side. And then back to the center. Come up into all fours again and we'll do our tricep push-up. So remember, the cheat is your bum moving back in space. Leave your bum where it is. Keep your spine the same shape. Bend your elbows straight back towards your thighs. It will feel like your face is coming forward and down. But you want to keep pulling your head up and back as you bend your elbows so that you don't collapse in between your shoulder blades. If you're not feeling the back of your arm very much, make sure you're not moving your bum back in space. Let's do 4 more. Stop if you need to. Don't overdo it. Elbows point straight back towards your thighs. The other cheat is the elbows winging out to the side. That takes it out of your triceps and into more aspects of your arms. We're getting triceps this time. And that's our last one. Leave your bum up in the air. Walk your hands forward. If you have a shoulder problem, this isn't good, so just sit back into child's pose. Otherwise, walk your hands forward until your forehead lands on the mat and hold the stretch there. And then shift yourself all the way back into child's pose.